Akansha, you are from Delhi.
Yes, sir. I'm from Delhi.
Okay, is that where you are located right now or
Sir,
somewhere
I'm
else?
located. I'm located in Delhi itself.
Okay, okay. And you were born and brought up in Delhi, proper
Yes, sir.
Delhi?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Proper Delhi.
Okay, great. That means we'll have a lot to talk about. But I do see that some UP connection here. Your father originally was from UP.
Yes, sir. He was from UP, and then I guess in 1980s he migrated to Delhi for opportunities, employment opportunities.
Okay, okay. And then your schooling, etc., is in Delhi,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes.
And you went to Amity School of Engineering after that.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, okay, great. So, um, Akanksha, you obviously have gone through a process in you've started your your schooling, your college, and you finally landed here
Yes,
in a
sir.
UPSC interview room.
Yes.
So, how do you see this journey unfold? What all have you seen? What are the um, influences on your character in terms of personality? What prompted you? Kind of give me a picture of what your story has been
Yes, sir.
from day one. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, the story actually begins from 2013. I completed my BTech in 2013. And after that, sir, UPSC has always been on the mind. However, sir, I've always considered myself as a very average kind of a student. And I had a perception that only toppers and IITians and gold medalists can go into UPSC, and that's their cup of tea, and it's not into my domain. But I was also ambitious and I wanted to improve my life. So that's why I decided to pursue my post graduation in Canada. So I went to Canada to pursue my postgraduate diploma course. However, when I was working over there, I find that I was earning money, but I was not feeling self-worth and self-satisfied in the job that I was doing. So along with the studies, sir, I got a chance to work with the NGO, which was working for small kids over there. So basically, the NGO actually work um, for the toddlers and for providing a nutritious food for the toddlers. So, so at that was the point when I thought that okay, why not go back to my country and do something over there when I'm not even satisfied with the type of money that I'm earning and everything. So that was the trigger point that I decided that yes, I'll go back, and then decided to go venture into UPSC. So, sir, I came back in 2016 and I started preparing for my exam. Um, and now, sir, in 2023, I've got a opportunity to appear before the board. So I'm happy, excited, nervous, everything at the same time.
Is this which at number of attempts? How many number of attempts have you taken so far?
So this is my eighth attempt.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
And is this your first interview?
So my first interview and my third mains.
Third mains. Okay,
Yes.
okay. And what has the UPSC preparation of last almost 7 years, right? Seven,
Yes,
eight
sir.
years.
Yes.
What has that told you? What has that taught you?
So, so these 7 and 8 years, I would say, they have been very enlightening. And I would say that this long and grueling preparation has made me a different person altogether. Be it in the terms of knowledge, and I've been more. I now I consider myself to be a more aware citizen. Along with it, sir, the preparation has also taught me patience, perseverance, even dedication to a very large extent. So these were the qualities that I will say I was lacking before. So so after coming into preparation, I guess these are some of the uh, some of the facets of my personality that have undergone a huge change.
Okay, and your stint in Canada, what was your postgraduate diploma in?
So it was in project management.
Okay, and you took a job there after your diploma.
So after I did my diploma, since I completed it with honors, I got a opportunity to work with the NGO from my college itself.
I see.
However,
Okay.
yes, sir. So it was kind of an internship, but it was not paid. It was a part of the curriculum itself. As a job, I was doing a part-time job in a cafe over there. Um, so that's the basic overview of Canada.
Were there any influences in your family that prompted you to come this way?
So in UPSC, I would say so. My father wanted me to pursue UPSC. It was always in his mind. However, I couldn't take up courage to take UPSC as my preferred choice of career because so I thought that it is not. I cannot do it.
So you said you considered yourself an average student,
Yes, sir.
but obviously when you came in, you have done mains 3 times.
Yes, sir.
Now, what do you feel? An average student can make it or they can't make it? What's your experience
So
now?
if I can do so, or anybody can do. It just take hard work, right strategy, right practice. With it, sir, I think so if I could do, anyone can do, sir. It's just the right
So,
guidance and yeah.
okay.
Yes.
All right. So does it need any special way that your brain is wired or your special way of thinking to qualify UPSC?
So a special way of thinking, sir. I would say, sir, you need to have analysis of the process that what the UPSC is actually asking from a candidate. I think if that thing is lacking, no matter how much hard work you'll put in, you'll always end up. So I don't know, but you'll end up somewhere. You'll fall somewhere because it's a very long process. You can just miss one step and then you'll come to the square one. So, sir, I would say that that understanding and that right guidance that what UPSC is looking for in a candidate and what they're asking in every stage is very important, and that's the way to success, sir.
So, so have you understood what UPSC is looking for?
So I don't know, but since I have cleared mains, so sir, maybe 10% I have understood maybe what they are asking for till the mains, but I'm not. I don't have iota of knowledge about our interview, so I'm not very sure what they're looking for.
Okay. So you talked about analysis and the ability to process a particular event, analyze it, and understand what's beneath it, what are the causes, things like that. So
Yes.
you're from Delhi. Tell me a little bit about growing up in Delhi. You've obviously seen a lot of things. This is the capital of the country.
Yes.
What are your thoughts about the issues, the problems, the challenges um, of Delhi in general?
So, if I categorize the challenges into so political challenges, then environmental challenges, and then some social challenges as well, and development challenges, I'll club with the social challenges. So, sir, coming with the political challenges that Delhi faces is the long and the ongoing issue of statehood for Delhi and how Delhi is I would say uh, so Delhi is being mismanaged uh, because of dual governance that's prevalent in the Delhi. So that I would say is one of the major political challenge, which is also causing some developmental, which is also hampering the proper development of Delhi uh, as a capital of India.
So you mean
So
the center and the state between that's the dual thing you're talking about?
yes, I am talking about that Delhi is governed by a lieutenant governor. Along with it, we also have a legislative assembly with a democratically elected government. So so the tussle between the lieutenant governor and the CM is always going on, and it is hampering the development of Delhi to a very large extent. So that's, I guess, the main political issue with Delhi is. Then, sir, coming to the
Is it
environmental,
structural? Is it structural or is it political? Like what? How can we solve this problem? Let's
sir,
let's go a little bit deeper.
yes, sir. Sir, it
Yeah.
is, I would say, sir, it is structural because our constitution provides for dual governance of Delhi in under Article 239 AA.
Hmm.
So Delhi has been given a legislative assembly. Along with it, Delhi has been given a lieutenant governor also. So as long as solving the problem is concerned, sir, I would say it all boils down to, sir, adhering to the adhering to rule of law and adhering to what the constitution says in the essence, and not just in the letter but in the essence what the constitution wanted to say. So for that, even Supreme Court has given many judgments as to what is what does constitution mean by government in Delhi. However, sir, this has been misinterpreted, or I don't know, sir, what, because of the political um for the political aspirations and to set the political scores. So, sir, I would say, to solve the issue, so the right kind of attitude is required from our political leadership.
So, in essence, you're saying uh, structurally the way it is today does not reflect what the Constitution clearly or the essence of the Constitution. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. Uh, that's
Okay.
what I'm
So,
saying.
what did the Constitution really intend by means of this dual uh, situation, and what is actually happening? So can you give me let's go a little bit further in this. In what was the intention of the Constitution? Why did we do it this way in the first place?
So yes, sir. So Article 239 AA gave the special status to Delhi, whereby we
Yeah.
had a legislative assembly. Sir, it was basically to give democratic right to the growing population of Delhi. So we are 17 million people in Delhi. So to give us the democratic right so that we can elect our government and we can have a say in what is happening in Delhi and all the legislation. So this, I think, that was the intent behind um sir, adding that Article 239 AA. However, sir, right now what is happening is people are electing their choice of government. However, Governor is having a kind of a veto over what the CM is doing. So, sir, I feel like CM is not having power to do what he wanted to do.
Okay. And is that a bad thing or a good thing? Because in democracy, there is always somebody with power, and there's somebody always created to check the power so that power is not misused. That's the fundamental nature of democracy, isn't it?
Sir, as long as this principle is adhered to, I would say that would be nice. However, what is happening in Delhi, sir, we can also infer from Supreme Court's judgments, where he said that Lieutenant Governor should adhere by um, should should uh, should let CM do the work rather than being a obstructionist. He should
Hmm.
he should work as a enabler of governance rather than being a obstructionist of the governance. So, sir,
And
I
what's
feel
the
like,
role of the lieutenant governor? Let's talk about that. With respect to CM, how does it differ? What's the intention of having a lieutenant governor there? Are there some certain departments, certain functions that lieutenant governor does and certain functions that CM does, or how is it divided?
yes, sir. So basically, the legislative assembly is given the power to legislate on all the subjects of the statutes, barring
Right.
three particular subjects, that's land, public order, and police. So these three are basically under the control of the center government and other on all other subjects of state list, so the legislative assembly can legislate. So basically, the purpose of the lieutenant governor was to oversee these laws that were made on these three subjects and have a check on the laws that were made on the other subjects as well. But the intent was to be a enabler, sir, I would say, and not obstructionist. But lieutenant governor, we have seen that he's working more like obstructionist. He's not letting the democratically elected government do their part.
So something should be taken away from the lieutenant governor that he has today, right?
Yes, sir.
What is that right? What would you take away from lieutenant governor?
Sir, I would say, um, um, so that lieutenant governor, sir, he can refer the subjects to the president. Sir, in this, I would say only the matters that are very important and that are important for the national security and integrity should be referred to the president, and not all the matters that are of trivial nature.
Some filter that should define the kind of things that get reported to the president. Is that
Y-
what you're saying?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I think enough on this particular thing. Now let's move on to social and other things that you wanted to talk about Delhi. Let's do that. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Then, sir, I wanted to say environmental problems that Delhi is facing. So pollution and the problems of Yamuna, and along with it, sir, and then sir, social problems. In social problems, I would say, sir, problems of slums, over urbanization. The crime rate is very high in Delhi. The problems of women's safety. Sir, all these issues, I would say, are hampering the development of Delhi to
So
a very large
let's
extent.
pause and talk about environment problems. I know this is like you face this every day in Delhi, right? We
Yes,
talk about air quality, and everyone knows the reasons of why this air quality is a problem, but we are unable to solve it,
yes,
right?
sir.
What do you think the real issue is? Is the real issue like the farmers in Punjab and Haryana, or is there something else going on here? Why can't we solve this problem?
The farmers in Punjab and Haryana, basically the stubble burning is, I would say, is one reason of air pollution in Delhi. However, this is not the sole reason for air pollution. So, for
Yeah.
example, uh, so 20% of the pollution in Delhi is contributed by vehicular emissions. Um, After that, so we have thermal power plants in Delhi that are contributing to the pollution. Even the unauthorized slum colonies in Delhi that are uh, burning coal and biomass to keep themselves warm during the winters is also contributing to the pollution of Delhi to a very large extent. Uh, Sir, I would say a single a single faceted approach to air pollution would not work in terms of Delhi. A very multifaceted approach is required to tackle the air pollution which is prevalent in Delhi. Along with it, sir, geography of Delhi plays a very important role in environmental pollution as well. So, because all these issues are also prevalent in Mumbai and in Kolkata, I would say. However, these cities, being the coastal regions, are influenced by land breeze and land breeze and sea breeze, which helps to dissipate the pollution to a very large extent. However, Delhi being a continental state, landlocked also, so I would say all these issues are clubbed together, making the problem of pollution a very, I would say, a very.
Okay. So I asked a slightly different question though. but we'll go there next. Before going there, I want to understand, like, you talked about 4 or 5 different factors, right? Do
Yes.
you do you roughly understand their percentage contribution to their quality?
So not every dimension I understand, sir, but I just know that 20% is the vehicular emission. Um, uh,
Okay.
uh, yes, sir. Beyond, and a very minute percentage is contributed by construction also. Sir, apart from that, I'm not very sure about the other factors.
The stubble burning, how much is that?
Sir, pinpoint, I don't know. I'm very sorry, sir.
Okay. Okay. So my question, Akansha, was not what are the reasons why it's caused.
Yes,
My
sir.
question was, why are we not able to solve it? I know you talked about the geographically where Delhi is placed and why that creates a problem.
Yes.
But that's might indicate that Delhi is just geographically cursed, right? That we are not able to do anything because geographically we are. But um, is that kind of going to help us move forward? What should we do so that we move the ball forward? If you ask the chief minister, he will say we have a multifaceted approach. No one will say I have a one single bullet that I'm throwing at it, right? He'll say, okay, I do this for vehicle pollutions, I do these for thermal power plants. I spoke to the other chief ministers for the stubble burning. We did this thing for Diwali. So he will line up like 10 things that he has done, but the problem is still there. And cloud seeding is another thing that they're trying. But so what is the real reason why um, it's still a problem? It's a huge problem.
Sir, till sir, what I can think is maybe, sir, it's the implementation of the laws and implementation of the programs that's not taking place in the right manner. Sir, this is what I can think of right now. So yes, because since you talked about the multifaceted approach, that yes, this is right that we are doing our bit to curb the pollution. However, sir, uh, why we are not able to do, I would say maybe the implementation is lacking. That's why we couldn't control it yet.
So, okay, all right. Implementation is an issue. And who would you blame that on, the implementation? Is it the state, the chief ministers, the whole, or the lieutenant governor, or some other, just the process, or what's with the execution? What's going wrong there?
So no idea. Very
Because
sorry.
Delhi, execution wise, if you look at the metro, it is one of the shining examples of what a project execution should go like. So something went right there,
Yes, sir.
but did not go right or is not going right in the environmental thing. So anyway, if something else comes back, definitely, you can um, come back to me and talk to me about that. Okay, so now social issues. Can you shed light on that a little bit?
So social issues, number one is the problem of such slums because of over urbanization of Delhi, and then
Yeah.
crime rate in Delhi is very high. Along with its women's safety issues, Delhi is known as the rape capital of India. So, so these are some of the issues, the social issues that Delhi is suffering from.
If let's say you are a civil servant tomorrow, Akansha,
Yes, sir.
and you are provided with a blank, basically a carte blanche, right, to do whatever you need to do to get the social things to a respectable level. What would you do? What are the top 3 things you'd do?
Yes, sir. Sir, first for the women's safety, sir, I would like to induct more women police officers into the police force. Sir, along with it, I would like to, sir, install more CCTV cameras and more lighting, the street lightnings, um, in the hotspots, in the hotspot areas. After that, sir, for slum, I would say, I would give stress to the slum rehabilitation, um, and I would give more impetus to the scheme, Jahan Jhuggi Wahan Makan. Um, Along with it, so this is what I'll do for the slum development in women. Uh,
So you mentioned like three, four things. Obviously women in police force, um, having better surveillance,
yes,
right?
sir.
Um, Now, again, what would be like problems you might face along the way? Do you foresee any problems? Let's say you and I are talking about a potential project that you're going to run, and you said, "Okay, I want to do these four things."
Yes,
And
sir.
all I'm asking is, Akanksha, do you know what problems are going to come your way? What you are going to run into? And are you aware of things that um, you might run into and how you might solve them? That's kind of the question. So, why are there not more women in the police force? Let's start there.
So because of the um, so the gender discrimination and the patriarchal nature of our society, maybe the women are not encouraged to enter into the police force.
Yeah. Okay. And better surveillance. Why is that something that why are we not able to do something like that? That seems like pretty easy, right? Just installing
Yes,
cameras.
yes, sir. So one thing I could think of is budget constraints. So maybe because of
So, hmm, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
yes, sir. So maybe because of uh, some budget issues, we are not able to achieve the full target that we are planning to do.
Okay. And the last thing you talked about was slum rehabilitation.
Yes, sir.
Um, this is a huge issue in most urban cities, right? Most urban cities have slums.
Yes,
Mumbai has a huge slum base also.
yes, sir.
Um, what uh, what is the general approach that some successful cities have taken in slum rehabilitation that you can sort of reuse? I'm sure you don't have to reinvent the wheel for Delhi, but you can take. Are there some cities that have done this well across
Sir,
the globe?
yes, sir. So at the international level, I'm not aware of. However, sir, I am aware of what is happening in the Mumbai. So they are having a PPP approach where, sir, the Adani Group is um, collaborating with the government in rehabilitating and in reconstructing the Dharavi slum that's there. This is what I have read in newspapers. So this I have had a vague idea about that. Yes, this is what happening in Mumbai.
Okay.
Apart from that, sir, any city that have taken successful slum rehabilitation, I'm very sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it.
No, no problem. No problem. So, okay, so let's move a little bit away from Delhi. I
Yes,
think we have covered Delhi well. You mentioned something that is a very key thing for women. This whole thing about women not being part of the workforce. In
yes, sir.
fact, do you know what is the participation rate of women in the workforce in India?
So it is around 37%. Yes, according to the labor force participation rate.
And is that going up? Has that been improving last few years or
So it was 25%. From 25%, we have improved to 37%.
in the period of last how many years is that?
So I'm very sorry, but if I can take a, if I can, it was
Yeah, yeah,
in,
take a moment.
sir, I guess in the period of 5 years, we have improved from 25% to 37%.
Okay. This is called labor force participation, right?
Yes, sir.
Um, you said 37%. Is that low, high, or what do you feel about that?
So 30, um, so since to what I can recall of what I read in during my mains preparation, that it was very low as compared to the global average. Uh, like
Yeah.
what we have at the global level, we are very low. And right now, I'm so unable to recall what the global average rate is in percentage terms.
Okay. And India is not a regressive society like many other societies in the world, right? There are many other societies that have severe rules around women. In India, there is no such rules, or yeah, there might be a mindset thing that you talked about, the patriarchal mindset. But is it just the mindset, or what's? Can you deep dive into this? Is this some area? Is this an area that you have studied a little bit? Why is it so low?
So the labor force participation rate for the
Yeah,
women.
yeah.
So the main issue why the labor force participation rate is very low in women is because of the education level of the women. So in our country, the literacy rate of women is very low, and along with it, sir, there are issues of child marriages, female infanticide and feticides as well. Um, and then, sir, we have um, so the work from home culture in India is not very well established at this particular point of time. Along with it, sir, um, 90% of our workforce is in informal sector. So not having any social security. So all these clubbed together, I think, so contribute to a very low participation rate for women.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's move on to some international topics. Actually, before that, what was your optionals?
The geography.
Geography optional. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, have you been following the international events that's been unfolding last few months, years? I'm sure you have, must have been, right?
So to
You
an
keep.
extent, yes.
Okay. Um, So, what's the latest in Israel and Palestine? In terms of what's happening there, do you see that that's going towards a better place? Is it converging to something that we can, um, meaningfully call a resolution? What's going on? Can you give me a quick brief about your perspective there?
Yes, sir. So, sir, I would say a meaningful solution to the Israel-Palestine issue would be a two-state solution, which also India is favoring. However, sir, as we know, Hamas is not favoring for a two-state solution. Um, so to a very for a very long time, I don't see a solution to the problem because so Hamas uh, is the main actor in all this whatever has conspired from October 7 till now. And being a main party, they are not uh, Hamas and Israeli government. They are not coming to a coming on a common ground until the time. So it is. a bilateral issue between both of them. Till that does not come to a common ground, sir, I don't think there would be a solution, a very concrete solution for a very long time.
Do you think, in your opinion, Israel is okay with a two-state solution?
Sir, sir, Israel has talked about having a ceasefire between Gaza and Israel. Uh, it very recently. However, sir, Hamas has declined that offer. Um, till
Israel has called for a ceasefire? When when was this?
uh, I I guess 2 days before, 2 days ago, if I'm not wrong.
Okay. Okay. Now, is there something geographical about the location of the Palestine region that is contributing to this problem? So you talked about this being a two-state. So it's like, whose land is this, right? That's the core problem. Does it belong to the Israelis? Does it belong to the Palestinians? That's kind of the core. But
Yes.
apart from these two main actors, is there a geographic geographical position of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip that is creating this issue? Is there a geographical angle to it?
So I'm not aware of the geographical angle.
Okay.
Sorry.
And do you think there is a religious angle to this problem? Or is it just like, person A and person B fighting over the same land that they call their own?
So there is a religious angle around the city of Jerusalem. Uh, so because Jerusalem is holy in both, uh, so in Islam and in Jewish religion.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's just spend a few minutes on your hobbies and what you like to do in free time. You mentioned painting dot mandala. What is dot mandala, Akansha?
In normal mandala, we actually use pens to draw the pattern. But
Right.
so in dot mandala, we use repetitive dots to create the pattern. So with the dotting tools, we create repetitive patterns with dots along with the texture. So it is
Okay.
different from
And
the
you
normal.
particularly like that kind of mandala?
Yes, sir.
Why is that? Is there a reason or?
So there was a reason for me of for taking this hobby because the mandala for me was a kind of exercise to inculcate patience in myself and as a kind of a stress releaser also for me. Apart from that, so once you spend 2 or 3 hours on the art and then when the final piece comes out, so it gives you satisfaction that you have created something nice. So that's why I like Sir Dot Mandala because it looks pretty as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And the other thing you mentioned is journaling. Is that just your thoughts about things, or your personal journals, or is it some other travel journal, or what kind of journal is that?
So I basically do bullet journaling. Sir, I like to um, write about my aspirations, write about what goals I want to accomplish. So, sir, I keep a track on a daily basis or my habits, a daily track of my water intake, of my diet, of what I want to accomplish in the day. So it's kind of a bullet journal where I journal daily on what I want to accomplish on that day.
Okay. And are you an introverted person or extroverted? How do you describe that?
Sir, I am introvert plus plus.
Plus plus.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Akansha. I think I have documented whatever my feedback was. Is there any questions you have for me at this point?
So, so maybe after feedback, I'll be
Okay.
able to
All
ask
right.
you.